Here we go then. So we've been going 2.7 miles, 2,000 feet I think it says, climbing, and not really been on the bike, just been pushing and carrying it, until we're doing it again very shortly. You can see where I'm going, just about, on the right hand side. You might just see it from the camera there, you should see it now, as I turn this corner. Yeah, that's the summit. Up above. Windy as hell up here. I didn't expect that.
But yeah, you go to Biscuiteers and make your own things, like decorate them.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Impressive coming up here on a bike. Yeah.
It's a bit crazy really. I don't know about impressive. I think I got a screw loose. Yeah.
How is it? We came out the other way. So
yeah. Well, I didn't want to go straight up and straight down, you see, so I thought I'd come up here and then go down the main track.
I can't believe you're cycling up.
I'm not cycling up, I'm carrying my bike up. Yeah. Still going up, although there's a few bits I can ride in between. Hi guys, so I've crossed over the Scottish border for a few days this week with the nice weather forecast. So I'm probably 3/4 the way up Ben Lomond at the minute. Doing a few days touring around the kind of mid-Scotland if you like, not going too high up, but I'll do a few mountains where the weather's forecast to be decent. It has been quite windy coming up here. It's just picking up again now, but I found a spot where it's not too windy, so I thought I'd do the intro from here, because when I get up onto the summit, which is way up there somewhere, I think we've got about 200 metres to go, something like that. I'm about 800 metres now, I reckon. But I've had a t-shirt on up until not long ago, which is pretty good going. So this is normally an up and down ride. I've not done it before, Ben Lomond, but you'd normally go up the main drag and then turn around and go back down again, but that's something that I kind of detest. So I'm always looking for alternate routes to make a loop out of it, and what I've done today is I've come up this path. You can have a look at the view as well while we're at it, which is pretty darn good. You see the path down here. I've come along there, so started right down there where you can see the land just jutting out into the loch. That's Loch Lomond obviously, and all the islands and whatnot beyond. And I've come up that ridge. Pretty tough going, to be honest. I was just on the other side of the ridge really, so you can see all down the loch. I'll put probably a few pictures on the edit, pretty nice pictures actually. So you might just see the track topping out over there in the distance, just on the kind of higher hump. Then I come along there, down this track here, along the bottom of here, starts getting steep, and this apparently takes me right the way up onto the summit. But it's supposed to be very, very steep at the end, and I passed about a dozen people on the way up, and they're all saying, "What, you're going that way? Really? You're not getting your bike up there?" So, I mean, to be fair, the path I've come up, which is something like the Ptarmigan Path or something like that, probably pronounced it wrong, something like that, silent P and T, something like Ptarmigan, something like that. So anyway, so that'd be pretty rideable going back down. I was kind of half doing a recce. I'm sure I've seen somebody, an edit on YouTube, somebody riding it, but I had a look for it the other day before I came and couldn't find it anywhere, not for love of the money, so I thought maybe I was dreaming. So anyway, I came up that way, which is a bit shitty at the bottom, and then after that it opens out and you can carry your bike. The bit at the bottom is very narrow and there's a lot of overhanging trees, so you can't carry your bike and you struggle pushing it because it's very steppy, steep, switchbacks, awkward, really awkward. But after about 100 meters it opens up. So anyway, no idea what all these mountain ranges are, because it's not something not a place I typically come to, and I've not biked in this area before now, I don't believe. I've done a bit of biking in Scotland here and there, but not around here. So yeah, this is the Trossachs, I believe. So yeah, there's probably loads of stuff around here. It's got to be, hasn't there, really? Anyway, so I'll carry on. I'll get to the top. May not speak to you because it'll probably be too windy and you'll probably not hear me on the mic anyway. So I'll just put my helmet on and my pads. Actually, I've done most of the way up with them in my backpack, which worked quite well. But some of this stuff here I just rode down there, for example, I thought it's a bit dangerous without helmet and pads on, so popped them on. It saves me faffing about at the top of it. It's a bit breezy and a bit cold. Anyway, you might see some riding. You might see me turning around and coming back this way. You still might see some riding, but it's quite nice tack by the looks of it up to now. Back down this way, so catch you in a bit. Cheers. And that's the elevation profile before I crack on. So yeah, pretty steep. Another climb I'm doing that's not for the faint-hearted. Made a bit of a crevice here with my bike, banging on the rocks and that, knocking me off balance. Looks like I could be here, hopefully. I can see a trig point up above. But yeah, that's the view that you get down there. And there's a trig here. Hoping that's not a false summit, but you never know. I think this is it. I've got the Munro to myself. Wow! Nobody at all here. Unbelievable. Oh. Good grief. Magnificent. Wow. That was a grueler, that was. Let's put my bike down. Wind's getting up again, I'm not standing it up. So, have a little look. I mean, the walkers were saying I'd never get to the top down that path. I mean, it was steep, but not steep as some of the stuff we do in the lakes. But yeah, magnificent. And I'm absolutely gobsmacked there's only me here. I'm thinking, have I come up the right mountain or the right Munro? But yeah, that's my path down. That's the way I came up, down the Ptarmigan or whatever it's called. Right from that point there, as I highlighted before, if I put that on the edit. So now I'm straight off the summit. Hopefully keep the bike upright with this crosswind. Straight down there, see the path going down, then it'll go down through the woods and whatnot. Bring me back at the car. It'll be about a 4-mile descent if I'm not mistaken. So happy days. A bit more talking on this than riding. Right, see you behind the bars. Cheers. It's taken me 3 hours and 20 to get up here. I did pass a couple of people who were quite interested in talking about bikes and that, so I've probably been stopped for 20 minutes. Probably took me 3 hours ish, maybe a bit less. Spoke to a few other people on the way up. So I'm just waiting for the wind to drop. Keeps coming and going before I start descending. Straight from the trig. Here we go. Got to go back up again here, by the looks of it. I'll try this lower line if I can. Didn't expect that, but never mind. These views are magnificent. It is a bit hazy. There's quite a bit of cloud about before when I was climbing up, but right, anyway, enough talking. Brakes are a bit squeaky as well. I didn't notice that before. Just turned 5 o'clock now, so not too bad all in all. Sat off at 1:30 to come up. Having driven up this morning, arrived at about 1, I think it was, 20 to 1, something like that, and then my lunch round the lock. Steps there, quite nice actually, all perfectly rideable. Just got riding that. First time down here. Okay, I'm again, I don't mind giving that Ptarmigan or whatever Path a try. This is really nice though, so far. All nice, rideable tech. I just like riding on rocks as well, as opposed to loose stuff. You bugger. Not going back. I get that if I did it again. Well, I couldn't be bothered going back up. Done enough climbing for one day. Alright. Sorry? No idea. I came up the other way, so I don't know what it's like. Thank you very much. Cheers. It's a bit more taken than I thought, actually. I mean, very nice, isn't it? What's the hike about so far? Seen a couple of videos on this and it does look quite flat. It's not that flat. It's not dead steep, but just a nice gradient that you can keep rolling. Doublet. Pretty impressive. That got me insert on the back and that got me basket guard on. Trying to protector, one of the two. That shows you it's about an hour. Not riding too badly at the moment. After a long drive and that, I'm normally feeling pretty shattered and kind of at 6s and 7s on the bike, but not too bad. This guy is everywhere. Alright, thank you. Go up to that. Woo! I'm sure I need a bit more air in my back tyre. Felt that bang as well. I may even just be a bit ham-fisted across the square edge rocks. So I keep popping these water bars. Which is not bad fun. Magnificent views in front. See all the islands on Lomond. Dreadful, mate. Like that, should turn a little bit to the left. I'm glad it's later in the day. That was part of my plan actually, to descend later on like this, so the droves who walked us will have in the main cleared off. Camera's alright. Yeah. I think it was the red off my glove or the light off the camera, the LED on the camera. I think I need to check all the bolts after this. Bit of a bone shaker. Pretty tired, mate. A tea. Speed was your friend, that. Bit of momentum carried me through. Happy about that squeaking. Back brake. I got it from me. I can do this in the water. Not today anyway. Check that. Rotor. It did come loose last week. A little minute. It's quite steep here. Oh dear. Right, some tight switchbacks here. A little bit steep, but not too bad. Go on. Got that so far. Yeah. No upper body strength at the minute, get through there. Alright guys, thank you. Cheers. I've no idea what she said, but I think she was kind of congratulating me. Oh, get a rest. Whew. Oh dear. Oh god. Whew. There's only quite a bit up to there by the looks of it. Not too far off the forest. Pretty hard going that was. Set the camera again. Yep, still going. Pretty amazing, pretty full on. I'll turn camera, it'll look like nothing. Don't believe you me. Go on. Oh, I did get that. Go on. Got all that with it to dab. Oh, famous last words. Got that last time around on some descent. It was in at the Wrekin. I rode all that with it to dab and then I crashed into a tree. Oh god. Glasses up a minute. Very nice this. I mean, this is proper natural chunkiness. All the bedrock here. Oh god. This is like, for me, too close to that corner. That wasn't what I was going to say, but it's like a very steep bit coming up. Go on, you bastard. Feel like I've got to try that again. A bit more strength. I think it'll have been alright anyway. Oh. Tricky section that. I'm just going to have a minute. Build my strength back up and try it again. Right. Second and last attempt. Pretty difficult this actually. Probably easy just rolling into it like I did do. Got it, you fucker. Well pleased with that. That's really nice that. It was all natural bedrock. Kind of running down the ridge line of it. Getting tired now, sitting down on the bike. But I think we're nearly done. This is the descent that keeps on giving, and I'll say that quite often, but I'll have to keep the speed up then to get back up that bit of a rise there. Oh. Oh man. Get it low. Yep, got all that. If I look too early, I might walk away. Front wheel ding. Oh great. Unbelievable that. Unbelievable. On a different level. Must have done 700 metres off the bat, I'd guess. You see the summit? Yeah, just about, I think that's probably the summit. Rubbish we were pointing with the camera there. And on that line there. Oh, gee whiz. So I think I did pretty well there, all in all. One with the riding I was doing, and two, the lack of walkers. I think there was like, what, 2-3 groups, something like that. Guy on his own, whatever. I think there was a single guy, 2 people who sat down, watching me come past, and then a family of God knows how many, because I wasn't looking up. half a dozen maybe. Ooh, I think I'm just cruising back to the car now, which I don't mind because I feel a bit battered. Quite a big step down. Wasn't really expecting that. Yeah. That's awkward. Not got a risk that. I'm not convinced that's rideable, if I'm honest. I guess somebody will ride it, but oh, it's a pro line and beyond for me in my boot. That's a bit of a crazy section, and I'm absolutely mad up now after doing that descent, but I'm hoping I'll be back at the cars very shortly. I didn't know how big that was. Alright. He'd have crashed into that other rock then, and that would have sent me up at bars. It's still going. It just bleeped as though battery again. Can't be far off going because I've been filming all the way down there. Because I didn't come up this way, I don't know how far there is to go, but I know the trees were quite low down. Nice. Nice way to end the ride. Presume I keep going. Reminds me of Berkside, this, crossing the fire road. Can see where I went up now actually. Just near that little nodule there. And just went around the side of it and over to the summit. Anyway. Right. Finale. I thought the last one was the finale, but we're going again. Let them guys go. I don't know how steep this is, but it looked quite steep when they were walking down. Probably would have gone that, but I wasn't for risking it. Keep thinking we must be done, and then some more comes along. Right behind you, folks. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Good tunes. Mike on your left, thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Do you have a bell?
No, not on this one. Got a mouth. Cheers. Nice, you lot. Whew. That's it, job done, survived. No offs. Absolutely magnifico that descent was, with all the effort of the 3 hours 20 minutes climb. It was pretty tough. Nice views over the loch, but yeah, tough day out really. Saying I've driven up and only started this ride at 1:30 in the afternoon, so you look at the condition of the bike, as in there's hardly a splash on it or anything. That's why we come. Happy days before the bell end of a walker gets past. That's your lot for today. Thank you very much. Cheers.